In the 1st century CE, the Roman Empire ruled over Judea, modern-day Israel and Palestine. Tensions had been growing for years between the Roman authorities and the Jewish population, who deeply resented Roman taxation, corruption, religious interference. This tension exploded into a full-scale revolt in 66 CE, and the presence of pagan symbols in their holy land. Known as the First Jewish-Roman War or Great Jewish Revolt, the Jews achieved surprising early victories. They expelled the Roman garrison from Jerusalem and declared independence. But Rome, the most powerful empire on earth, would not let this stand. The Roman response: in 67 CE, Emperor Nero appointed General Vespasian to crush the revolt. Vespasian and his son, Titus, by 69 CE, slowly and methodically reconquered Judea, destroying towns and punishing rebels. Vespasian was recalled to Rome to become emperor, and Titus took command of the campaign. Unfortunately, Jerusalem was divided. The siege begins April 70 CE. Titus marched on Jerusalem with 4 Roman legions, about 60,000 soldiers, and surrounded the city, which was defended by Jewish rebels and civilians. Rival Jewish factions inside the city, zealots, Sicarii, and others, were fighting each other even as the Romans approached. The city had a population swollen by pilgrims visiting for Passover. Food shortages quickly set in, with hundreds of thousands trapped inside. Roman tactics and Jewish resistance. The Jews fought fiercely. From above, the Romans used siege engines, battering rams. It burned for days. Jerusalem was a heavily fortified city, with 3 concentric walls, towers, the sacred artifacts including the golden menorah and the massive temple complex. Despite Titus and siege towers to attack the walls, launching ambushes and fire attacks, Roman soldiers slaughtered residents and burned entire neighborhoods. Josephus. Eventually, the Romans breached the outer walls, then the second, and finally pressed toward the inner sanctuary, the Temple Mount. 97,000 were enslaved and sent to gladiator arenas. Destruction of the Second Temple, August 70 CE. On 9th of Av Tisha B'Av, August 30th, 70 CE, the Romans stormed the temple. Alleged orders to preserve it. The Second Temple was set on fire and destroyed. Thousands of Jews died defending it, were looted and taken to Rome. The destruction of the temple marked the end of Jewish sacrificial worship and is still mourned by Jews annually on Tisha B'Av. Aftermath and massacre. Fighting continued in the city. A Jewish historian who had defected to the Romans claimed that over 1.1 million people perished, though modern estimates suggest 100,000 minus 300,000, or Roman minds. Yet from this tragedy, a new form of Jewish, the Arch of Titus in Rome, still stands today, depicting Roman soldiers carrying the temple treasures, a haunting reminder of the siege. Historical impact: Judaism was transformed. With the temple gone, Rabbinic Judaism emerged, focusing on Torah study, prayer, and synagogue life. The diaspora expanded as Jews fled or were scattered throughout the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire crushed Judean identity and renamed the region Palestina after the later Bar Kokhba revolt. The event became a symbol of Jewish suffering and resilience. Legacy: the fall of Jerusalem and the destruction of the temple in 70 CE was not just a military defeat but a spiritual and cultural catastrophe for the Jewish people. Life and faith arose, one that has survived for 2 millennia. Even today, Jews mourn the loss of the temple and recite the phrase "next year in Jerusalem," a prayer for return and restoration.